So we're entering our 8th growing season at this forest garden here in the Adirondacks. And a big part of that has been mushroom cultivation. We've done a number of different iterations, different attempts at growing mushrooms, mostly shiitake. And you can see here is one of our old logs that's been repurposed. Still has the metal tag. I don't know if you can even read it anymore, but we drilled holes and we inserted the mushroom spawn, and over several years, 4 or 5 years, those logs have produced mushrooms. So here is kind of one of our later attempts, right? And we went with this log stacking method, and these were also shiitake. So, and these were still producing last season, so we'll see if they make any, but it was like very few. So these ones are almost done and can be retired and repurposed to line paths and break down into soil. So what we're doing is we're going to be kind of scaling up our mushroom cultivation. We've been kind of doing these small scale experiments and seeing what works over the last 8 years, and now we're confident enough to try to increase that and create a mushroom laying yard. And we've been thinking about this for a while, and so one of the things that I was trying to do is figure out how to incorporate that into the space of the forest garden. And the forest garden kind of merges into this regenerating native forest here, which then kind of transitions into the sugar bush, which is a cultivated part of the forest as well. So it's kind of all part of the forest garden, really. But what I've been doing is working on this path here that kind of directly connects all those things, from the sugar bush down to the forest garden. And in the middle, we're gonna have our mushroom laying yard. So I'll take you over there in a second here. So as you can see, there's this stand of red pines. This is a plantation, and it used to go all the way towards those other trees, those taller ones over there, and all the way out in that direction, including where the food forest portion of the forest garden is. But a large section of it fell down, whereas this section stayed standing. And it's nice and shady here year round and moist. So I still have to work on this path a little bit, but it goes into this stand here where there's lots of space beneath, but also lots of shade. So this is where we're gonna have the mushroom laying yard. Okay, so we've been brainstorming sort of how it's gonna be laid out. So we've got this big forested area here full of mostly red pines, but there's like balsam fir. And what we want to do is kind of clear out and organize some of this understory, these dead branches, and open up some space and turn it into like this cathedral, and have the different kinds of mushrooms grown kind of all over in different style. There's totem and kind of like the log cabin style I showed you earlier, and then there's like sort of like just leaning up against the tree method, like vertical. There's all kinds of different methods, and we basically want to include as many of those methods as we can, and also as many different kinds of edible mushrooms. But we're starting with oysters and lion's mane and shiitake.
And it crumbles, not for dogs. And then, nice. So this is phase 2. Like lift.
I thought on the box it's supposed to be like.
You can do one more. Why is it? It's the mushrooms like the sawdust, and the sawdust comes from food, which is kind of cool too, right? So, and over time, this is gonna be super helping. Yeah, this is really awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so we did our first batch here. We did lion's mane and golden oyster totem style in this little area right here. And that's on sugar maple logs, which we cut down a few weeks ago and let them cure for a little bit. And then we also worked on opening up some more of this space. And then we're hoping, you know, to sort of consistently make these every year, so that, you know, we can get a consistent production of mushrooms. I don't know, it's just a really good way to, you know, incorporate more diversity and more, you know, into our edible landscape, sort of expand our agroforestry and, you know, try to be a little bit more of a sustainable community.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay if we just go slowly. So we should do a row and then stagger. I remember that. What do you want to do? I'm going to mash it up a little first. Oh. One in here.
In the process. Yeah. Why is mine so crazy?
Where down? Like in New York?
Yeah. I really wouldn't trust her with anyone but you guys, really.
Oh, we'll take good care of her.
She's such a little gentle creature.
Oh wait, I missed one.
So we have a little bit more inoculating to do, but we've made progress. You can sort of see what we're going for. And, you know, I brought an old stack, which no longer produces mushrooms, over here, just to show sort of different methods, different stacking methods, and also sort of what they look like as they age, and to kind of just expand the space a little bit and make it clear. So these are lion's mane totem. These are yellow or golden oyster totems. And then these are all shiitake logs over here. We still have some more to do. And then we've also created this small little mound using hardwood pellets. And this is inoculated with wine cap mushrooms. And so we'll see how that goes. And then we have a little bit leftover golden oyster, which I might do in this same style. Possibly, you know, maybe using a milk crate. If you check out one of our other videos, you'll see I have lion's mane growing in a milk crate full of hardwood pellets. And there's plenty of room for more You know, and it'd be really cool to completely fill this space and sort of expand it, and have a lot of edible mushrooms in this area. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll definitely update more on this system in the future. So I hope you enjoy.